Hi, I'm Ken Pinto, author of the book How Much is the Milk? The only supply chain management book written specifically for residential construction. Or at least I'm pretty sure it's the only one. And this YouTube channel has been created in response to you. Questions and comments from readers and folks I run across in social media and industry events. Seems a lot of you have the same questions. Now I know a lot about construction. I know a lot about supply chain management. I don't know anything about your company. So best I can do is share my knowledge, skills, and experiences with you and let you decide how to use the information. The value of this channel will be significantly improved with your participation. So use the comment section below to put in your questions, comments, concerns, or just a suggestion on another video that you'd like to see done. Like and subscribe so that you get notified when new videos come out. You know, we have a lot to talk about. So let's get started with our next video. Hey y'all, welcome to this first episode on the Ken Pinto YouTube channel. And I debated quite a bit whether or not to do an episode on this topic that I'm about to go over, but I decided that it was more important and to get it done, and let's get it out of the way. Because I realized that a lot of folks who will watch these YouTube videos haven't read my book yet and don't know me personally. And I think my background will help with the context in which a lot of my opinions are based on. So it'll help you to understand them. So we'll make this a quick video, but it's about me. So I grew up as a tradesman. I grew up with a hammer in my hand. From the time I was 12 years old, I was working on a job site in downtown San Francisco. I worked there for 4 years. My last 2 years of high school, I built 5 houses. After that, I joined the Navy Seabees and for 14 years did construction for the Navy in Spain, Cuba, Guam, Japan 3 different times, and several bases in Southern California. I am a carpenter, a mason, a plumber, electrician, steel worker, heavy equipment operator, pretty good surveyor. I have built schools, hospitals, tons of office space, retail centers, distribution centers, warehouses, roads, bridges, airport runways. And when I left the Navy Seabees and started in production home building business, for 19 years, I worked for 4 of the top 10 home building companies and was responsible for the construction of about a little over 25,000 houses, either in charge of construction or supply chain management or both. I discovered in my efforts to improve cycle time when I was in charge of construction that having the right materials in the right place at the right time was not happening as efficiently as it could be, and that was preventing me from getting or improving on my cycle time. And so if I wanted to raise the bar, I guess reduce the cycle time, construction cycle time days, that I needed to change the way the materials were being managed. And so I thought that I would get out of construction operations, go into supply chain management, fix that, and then I'd go back into operations. Well, I underestimated the size of the project by a little bit. So I spent the next 11 years in supply chain management. I didn't go into supply chain management because I wanted to, but because I had to. Because I knew that I wasn't going to improve construction operations anymore with the supply chain functioning the way it was. So I did a lot of cool things in those 11 years. I consolidated distribution, put light fixtures and door hardware on the same truck, because I typically go to the same house on the same day on a typical construction schedule, and saved 50% on my logistics costs like that. And put kits together. So I did rough electrical kits, and my electrical distributor was packaging them on a pallet in an order in which the electrician uses them. So he just hits the electrician, hit the ground running. Finished electrical kits. So did some kitting. Bought some materials direct. I'm not a huge proponent of production home builders buying materials direct, but there are instances and situations where it is the right decision. And improved my subcontractor relations tremendously and created a real great collaborative relationship. My focus has been and will continue to be to take cost out of the supply chain, not margins, taking cost out of the supply chains. And oh my goodness, is there a lot of room for improvement. I mean, this is easy. I mean, finding ways to save money and to increase production capacity using supply chain methodologies is simple. Creating organizational change in order to sustain those is the most difficult thing I've ever done. And so my book and these videos are intended to help you guys, give you some ideas on what you can do to improve operations in your companies. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I guess mainly because it's so darn easy. In the early 2000s, when all the other builders' costs were going up, for my divisions, and I was having costs come down. So that was pretty exciting, fun time. I think my boss who gave me that goal thought it was absolutely impossible. I killed it. So it became a lot of fun. And so that's my background. And I understand costs. So, when I was working in that job site in San Francisco for 4 years, I was the guy who picked up the materials on the way to the job site every day. Probably because I was low man on the totem pole and it was on my way to the job site, whatever. So I saw all the invoices. When I built those 5 houses in my last 2 years of high school, I bought the materials. So of course I knew how much every material was. And when I joined the Navy Seabees and did construction for the Navy, I did the planning and estimating for all of the materials. I mean, every nail, screw, every material, and all of the labor, the carpenters, electricians, plumbers, everybody. So it wasn't until I got to production home building that I discovered this thing called a turnkey lump sum contract. I'd never heard of that before. I didn't know what it was, and so I had to learn. And so I had discovered that while it might have seemed easy to begin with, it's not the easiest way to run a business. Unit costing is by far the easiest way to run a purchasing or supply chain management program. And for all of the methodologies that I teach, step 1 for all of them is you got to understand your unit costs. I mean, if you're a home builder and you don't know how much you pay for a sink, a front door, or a sheet of drywall, there's not much I can do to help you. But if you do understand your costs and your quantities, there's a bazillion things we could do to help you. So this will be fun, this will be exciting, and that's a little bit of my context, a little bit of my background so that it provides context for all the future videos. See you on the next video.